Yo guys, TFB, welcome back to a brand new video. Hopefully you're all doing well. And today we're back with a transfer video, which we haven't actually delved into any transfer related videos for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks now. Because I wanted to leave it for a bit until we get closer to the transfer window, which I thought the transfer window opened up today. That's what I thought, but it actually opens up, I think it's the 14th of June. So, weird time. I don't know why the 14th of June, not 1st of June, but alright, okay. That's cool by me. But we have a load of news to get through, so we're going to get through into it. But before we get into any of the news, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I upload a video. Also, first link in the description is my second channel, so go and check that out. And, yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into this. But before we get into it, I just remembered from the top of my head, I haven't got any Ugarte news, but there has been Ugarte news, and I want to give it to you right now. The reason why I haven't put it down is because this news has come through from some people who are sometimes reliable, sometimes not. Do you know what I mean? I'm just waiting until, your Romanos or your Ornsteins say, so. So, the lowdown basically on the Ugarte thing is, I haven't got the picture for that one. The Ugarte thing is, apparently Chelsea have offered him 2 million in wages, and then PSG, who are also after him, have offered him 5 million in wages a year, I think it is, which PSG's accumulates to, I think, 80k a week, 83k a week, whereas Chelsea's offer is about 30k a week. 30k a week. Look, I know we're trying to rearrange the wage structure and stuff like that, make it better, but that's a piss take. That's a piss take. But that was what I heard yesterday. Today, this morning, this afternoon, I've been hearing that apparently Chelsea have upped it, up the wages from 2 million. So I don't know, the number hasn't been floating about yet, but all I know is that apparently Chelsea have upped it, which is interesting, and it needed to be upped. Come on, 30k a week. He's a proper good footballer who'd be one of the best DMs in the world, maybe in the league in a couple seasons' time. Could be next season. You're going to offer him 30k a week. Piss take a bit. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump straight into the concrete news. So first up, we got some Nkunku news from Fabrizio Romano, and this just proves exactly what I've been saying about Nkunku the whole time. About people saying if he's a striker, some people saying if he's going to be a cam, some people saying if he's going to be a winger. Well, right here, we've got our answer from Fabrizio, so here we go. This is what Fabrizio has had to say. Chelsea and Mauricio Pochettino have decided to trust Christopher Nkunku over Felix, playing behind the new striker they will sign. So there's 3 bits of news here, actually, technically I want to give to you guys. So the first bit that Fabrizio says is, Poch and Chelsea trust Nkunku over Felix. Now, if you don't know yet, Felix will not be signed by Chelsea. Chelsea have said that they will not sign Felix. He will be going back to Atletico Madrid. So I just want to quickly say thank you to Felix. I thought when he first came in, and before he even, the links of Chelsea coming about, I always thought Felix was one of the most overrated footballers I've ever seen in my life. He didn't have a great stint at Chelsea, but let's be real, he was playing under Potter, who isn't a great manager, not Chelsea quality manager, and was swallowed up by the fans. And then he was played by a manager who had no idea what he was doing. And Felix was probably one of the shining lights of the team, and definitely proved me wrong in some extent. He's not one of the most overrated players I've seen. He's actually quite a good player. I thought he wasn't, but he actually is quite a good player. So I want to say good luck to Felix in that behalf. If I had to choose between Nkunku and Felix, I would choose Nkunku as well. I'm a big fan of Nkunku. The second bit is also that they will be playing him behind a striker. So 4-2-3-1, I reckon it's going to be. It won't be no 4-4-2, so don't think it's going to be a 4-4-2. It can't be a 4-3-3 because you can't get a player to play behind a striker in that way. It will be a 4-2-3-1 in my eyes. Playing behind a striker, so they can. And then the other bit of news is Chelsea will sign a striker. That's what Fabrizio has just said, which is good to hear because we do need a striker. I'm intrigued to see who it is because there's no striker targets floating about right now. There isn't no concrete one. Not even Fabrizio or Ornstein's been saying it. So I'm very intrigued to see who we go for up front. Very intrigued. So, yeah, I can't wait for Nkunku to be here. Them Nkunku pictures of him holding up the shirt is going to hit like the Enzo Fernandez one. It's going to hit. It's going to hit. Now, no, I'll leave that one till last because that's quite big news. And that one, that's quite big news. Here is another Chelsea player, which will be good if you guys, follow the youth. I followed a certain Chelsea player who was at loan at Brighton last season. Well, we have news here from Sky Sports. Bit unreliable at the moment, but, Fabrizio and Ornstein have said it as well. So this is what has been said. Exclusive. Chelsea have rejected outright a £30 million bid from Brighton to sign Levi Colwill permanently and consider the player not for sale. Now, this is great because last season, I think Levi Colwill deserves to even be in the squad for Chelsea. He's that good. He's I think he probably is the best up-and-coming left-footed centre-back England have. I generally think he is. I think he's probably the best centre-back England will have upcoming. He's solid. He's been one of the most integral parts to Brighton last season, along with Caicedo, McAllister and players like that. So I'm glad, surprised they put in a £30 million bid. If you want Levi Colwill, you're going to have to offer us at least 85, in my opinion. Let's be real. If Levi Colwill's a Brighton player, at this stage, right now, and Chelsea wanted him, how much do you reckon Brighton will be offering for him? Brighton will be saying they want 70 million, 75 million plus. So, cheeky for them to go for 30, but I can't understand it in a way. But, yeah, 75, 80 million, please, and then you can have him. That's all I'm saying. Even in that way, I think he's untouchable for me. I think he generally comes into the squad next season. I think he comes into the first team next season. He's that good. So, yeah. And here is another outgoing. Actually, no, the first outgoing I've actually had to report might give you a couple of clues towards the end of the video. But this has come from Marca, who are very reliable around the Spanish side of things like Barca, Real and stuff like that. So, Kai Havertz is one of the names on Real Madrid's list for the number 9 position. Now, if you know me, you know I want Kai Havertz out. I just don't think he can cut it in the Premier League. I really don't. He's not been good for 3 seasons now. He only offered us the Champions League goal. Now, I say only. It is a massive goal. I forever will thank Kai Havertz for that moment. It was brilliant. It was brilliant in that moment. And since the moment he's come in, up until halfway through last season, the season that's just been, that awful season, I'm trying to forget it, honestly. It haunts me in my sleep. I trusted Kai Havertz. I thought he's gonna be a big player. There's a player in there, but since halfway through last season, I begin to think maybe it would be best if he just goes. You could probably get about 60 mil for Kai Havertz as well. So Real Madrid offer up for him. That's obviously big. Now we move on to the 3 big bits of news. So now let's start off with a banger, and this comes from Fabrizio Romano today. Now, let's go. In the next days, I think Chelsea will try and attack this situation about Moises Caicedo. Now, you know what I've been saying. By the way, guys, it's not dark. I've just got my blinds shut. It is fairly dark outside, actually. That's why you can't see that much light. That's why the light keeps coming in and out, you know what I'm saying? Now, with Moises Caicedo, I would love it. If we get Moises Caicedo and Ugarte, our midfield's set for the next couple of years. But my concern, which I expressed in my last video, if you haven't seen my last video, go and check it out. I'll leave it in the description down below. Probably one of my favourite videos I've actually ever made. I like those type of videos that I do. There is a striker one, coming next Monday, so be ready for that. But I expressed my concern about getting both Caicedo and Ugarte, because they're both DMs in a 4-2-3-1. Enzo will be next to both of them. Obviously, we'll be playing 4-2-3-1. Both of them will get game time. A lot of game time, let's be real. And the best one, in my opinion, is going to have to play, And maybe the other one comes in and gets 20 minutes a game or something like that. And if the other one performs better than the starter, then he comes in as the starter. Do you know what I mean? But my concern is, let's just say Caicedo plays way, way more than Ugarte. Is Ugarte going to be there like, I want to move, I'm not a starter, I want regular game time, I want to move? Or let's say Ugarte is the starter and Caicedo is a bench player. What's Caicedo going to be saying? I want regular game time, I want to be a starter. That's my fear about it. That's why I think Chelsea should be going after like a Lavia as a backup to a Caicedo or an Ugarte. Or a Manu Kone, I think his name is, from Mönchengladbach. He's a good one. But it looks like Liverpool have got him. He would have been a good backup. Young player, isn't a fully starter, but he is going to be a top player, But that's just my concern. It might not be true. They might both get regular game time, quite a lot of game time that they might like. They both might not mind swapping in for each other every so often. Because they both will get quite a lot of game time, let's be real. But that's just my concern, just my little concern. Like I said, that concern might not become true, but that's just my little concern I got about that whole situation. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about that situation. Now, let's move on to massive, massive bit of news. So, David Ornstein gave this us yesterday night, like very late last night. And it's about a certain Mateo Kovacic. Now, this is what he's had to say. So, Chelsea have granted Man City permission to speak to Mateo Kovacic. Others, such as FC Bayern, keen but 29-year-old, wants Manchester City Football Club. Dialogues between clubs, City have made interest known to Chelsea, but fee yet to be discussed. Yeah. So it looks like Kovacic is going. If you know my opinions about Kovacic in the season just been, I think he was awful. From minute one to the last minute, I think he's been awful. But I think it's because I think he wants a new challenge. I think Kovacic does want a new challenge. But if I had to rate Kovacic, just based off his whole Chelsea career, I'd say he's been a success. He's been one of my favourite players. I think he's been one of the most underrated players in the Premier League. It's just last season he was really, really poor. Especially that last game, tripping over the ball every time he touched it and everything. It was pitiful. Now, if City want Kovacic, in my opinion, I think they should be offering us anything over 38 million. 38 million and over. Which means we'll be making a profit off Kovacic, actually, because I think we brought him for 30 million, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, that's the price tag I'll put in on Kovacic, because he is still a talented player. He's in his prime, technically. Footballers in their prime are 27 to 32, so he's technically still in his prime. I would personally go for him, but, we'll see. We have to see what the developments are on that, but it does look pretty certain Kovacic is going to leave, and I had no doubt about that. And if you think about it, Kovacic at Chelsea, like I said, he's been underrated, but what he offers to that Chelsea midfield going forward, especially in a Pochettino system, I don't think he would suit. I don't think he would suit the way Pochettino wants to play his football. And Caicedo and Ugarte definitely would. And if Poch doesn't want Kovacic, which he doesn't, that's why Kovacic is going, and he wants Ugarte and Caicedo, then you got to bring it in, ain't you? And here's the massive bit of news, which I got last night. Again, another one late last night. Some people are going to be sad about this, some people aren't. I'll give my opinions on it after I've said it out, so let's go. Mason Mount agrees personal terms with Manchester United. Now, what I've got to say to this is, am I upset? No, I'm not upset about it, because Chelsea Football Club will win trophies without Mason Mount, even if he was here, or even if he wasn't. Is he a good player? Yes, he's a good player. Has he shown it last season? I don't think he's shown it in the season when we had Thomas Tuchel. The season after the Champions League, in the season 21-22. I don't think he was good. He just racked up quite a lot of goals and assists, but his performances were quite poor. It's just last season, he didn't rack up the performances and he didn't rack up the goals and assists. So that's why people have been more on his back. Now, if he wanted to truly stay at Chelsea, he's had multiple offers from the ownership put on the table and he's rejected them. from offers I've been hearing of over 180 to about 180k, and he's earning, I think, 80k a week right now. So it's an extra 100k. I wouldn't be complaining at all. Am I concerned about if he goes? No, like I said, Chelsea will win trophies with him or without him. And also, I think if Mason Mount did go to a Liverpool, I think I'd be concerned, because it would be really strengthening a rival. But I think him going to Manchester United, I think it's the same situation as Chelsea. I'm not saying by the style of play, because we don't play the same style of play. And we won't when we get Poch. Well, Poch is the manager. I haven't given it to you guys already, but he has been officially announced by the club. But I was waiting to give you my thoughts on it and give a whole video on it when he's there holding a shirt. But he's not there yet, because obviously the holidays and everything. But I'm not concerned about him going to United, because I think it's just going to be the same similar situation as Chelsea. He ain't going to suit the way they play. I don't see the way he fits in. I really don't. So I'm not really concerned about that behalf. I'm hearing the price tag United want to offer 45 to 50 million. Jokers, you're offering, I think Chelsea value him at 70 million or above. If it was me, I'd accept 70 million. I'd accept 70 million because he's got a year left on his contract, remember, as well. So, yeah. So, that's the lowdown on all the transfer news. Obviously, Mateo Kovacic and Mason Mount looking like they're going to leave Chelsea. I think they will leave Chelsea, let's be real. Caicedo, Ugarte, what do you think about that situation? And Kunku playing behind a striker. Kai Havertz being linked to Real Madrid. And also, Levi Cole will potentially staying at Chelsea next season. Probably staying at Chelsea next season, which is good. Let me know in the comments down below what you all think. And yeah, it's been a great transfer news comeback. Let's say that, for example. I don't know when the next one's going to be, so that's why you all should hit the bell notification. It's, you don't have to pay to hit the notification. It'll be very much appreciated, so you're notified every time I upload a video. Like I said, I don't know when videos are going to be coming out. I'm going to give you transfer videos when there's concrete bits of news, you know what I mean? When there's concrete ones. Like I said, next Monday, so this coming Monday, there is a top 5 striker video coming out, which I'm currently going to start working on tomorrow, like drawing up all the stats and stuff like that to make it even more interesting. So, be on the lookout for that. But yeah, hopefully you've all enjoyed this video, guys. Please like, subscribe. Like I said, hit the notification bell. And yeah, take care all. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Peace.